early in the morning. First of all, I want to say welcome to Mikey Ice TV, and I have a special guest from the Elite Force, aka Mop-Top crew, my brother Caleaf. This is gonna be amazing. Even though my eyes are super sleepy, it's all good. So Caleaf is an original. I always say, people say New Jack Swing, hip hop, house dancer. Mop-Top is one of the first crews that I seen in the early 90s, when right before breaking was gonna make a comeback. This is early, so I always grew up watching these brothers though. Peace, King Up Rock, how you doing today though, brother? I got Caleaf from Mop-Top crew coming on today. So, yeah, Mop-Top crew, there we are right there. How you doing today, King Up Rock? There we go.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? What's going on?
How you doing, brother?
Respect, Mikey Ice, respect.
Thank you, Khalid, man. Um, I just want to say so many good things about you, though, brother. Like in your crew, before we get started. I just I've always admired like Mop-Top because, like, out here on the West Coast, we were kind of basically trying to emulate you guys, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we were still trying to figure out like our identity, But in the early '90s, like Mop-Top was the standard for like all of us out here. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember like the first time I ever seen the tape, and I'm gonna share this with everybody. My friend Ivan had the tape. You ever heard of B-Boy Ivan?
Of course, the human action figure.
Exactly.
That's my boy, I know Ivan. Of course.
Right. So he had the tape, and I remember he put it in, but he didn't start it from the beginning. He started like in the middle. And when he had put in the tape, I just remember, I don't know who it was, but I remember some brother going, and he's wanna rock polo? You wanna rock polo?
Yeah, Prancer. Prancer. That's
Yeah.
Prance. From
So when I seen
Life.
that, right, so when I seen that, I was just very intrigued because I was like, all you guys are dipping gas and polo.
Mm, yeah. Back then I didn't have, maybe I had maybe one piece.
Oh, one piece?
Like lately I've been collecting pieces. Those brothers are lifetimers. Those brothers are 30 years deep with their collection. You know what I'm saying? But it's always good to have a little something where you could just pull it out real quick,
That's fresh.
and represent, you know.
That's fresh. So, Khalif, can you share like who you are to my audience because I have a b-boy audience, but I would
Okay,
like for you to I would love for you to introduce yourself.
right.
First of all, just let them know the viewers who you are.
All right. Uh, First, peace and love to everybody out there. My name is Caleaf, aka Big Leaf, representing
Ooh,
Mop-Top, representing Dance Fusion. Mop-Top is an acronym which stands for Motivated on Precision Towards Outstanding Performance.
I
MOPTO.
never knew that, bro.
Yeah, Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised in Brooklyn. I'm from East New York. You know,
Mm.
that's the L train to 105th Street, Brookline houses. You know, that's what I represent.
That's amazing though, Khalif, yo, brother. Like I never knew that. I never even knew that the Mop Top had that story behind it. This is the first time I've ever heard of that. Have you guys
Mm.
always shared that, or is it always just kind of just kept it just Mop Top?
Yeah, we've always shared that because aside from dancing, me, Link, Buddha and Ejo, we're a rap group. So
Oh, okay.
that's where that all comes from. So we were doing the music and dancing at the same time. Always, always have all aspects of the culture represented when we represent. It wasn't
Hmm.
just the dance and the dress. It was the dance, the dress, the the talk, the way we walk, everything. You know what I mean? So everything was mixed in with the dance and as music, DJing. It seems like now in our 40s and 50s we started to explore more and we work more DJing and dancing now more than we did back then. But we still
Okay.
make, you know what I mean?
That's amazing, amazing. So, so Caleaf, obviously you're not a b-boy, but how did
Mm.
you first introduce get to how did you first get introduced into hip hop?
Well, I don't know. When people say that, I don't take offense to it, but how could I not start out b-boying?
Okay,
Now, if you
then
say
tell me that.
that I'm not, if you say that I'm not active now, then you're absolutely right. But just like everybody else, I took all my mother's furniture out and my mother's living room, invited all my friends into the crib. We stacked everything up in the corner and we tried to get busy. So back spins, no head spins. I stopped at windmills. I had a decent six step. I could do swipes. You know what I mean?
What?
Couple of CCs. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Of course, of course. Now, did I continue? No, no, I
Mm.
stopped because as I got older, I got even taller. You know, I was always tall, but it's hard. It's not too many that are 6'5" that are in the b-boy game. I don't
No,
deal
no. To be
with
honest
tall
with you,
b-boys.
no.
There are very few. They're nasty, but they're very few. It's a lot to condense and pull in and tuck in, and so yeah.
Do,
But
do you know who Ty is from Brooklyn?
of course, I've seen Tai Tai. Tai Tai is a beast.
Yo,
Power all day. He's a monster.
ridiculous.
Respect
Yeah.
Tai Tai. Tai Tai. Last time I saw Tai Tai, he was dancing with Kane. He was dancing with Big Daddy
Okay.
Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last time I visually saw him like on video, like killing it. But I know he's a monster. Respect
Yeah. He's a
the
tall
Tai
brother
Tai.
too.
Yeah, but I'm saying
He's a tall.
it's not that many. Can you name 20? But you can name
No.
20. You could name 20 short b-boys, but you
All
can't
the
name 20 tall
time.
b-boys.
Yeah. Yeah. You can. You can. You can. Well, so Khalif, when you first got introduced to breaking, like what year was
For me, like 84.
that? 84. You seen
Yeah,
Beat Street though, right?
84. 84 was for me because my best friend in my building, my boy Mike, he used to come upstairs and like, yo, did you see this? Did you see that? I'm like, what? See what? And then he would show me certain movements and then we would try to do it together and practice together. And then me and my brother, we would try to practice together. The funny thing, a real funny story,
Yeah.
is me and my brother, younger brother, my brother Ramir, we went to go see the movie Breaking. So we watched the movie Breaking. And after the movie, we walking out, and to the closing credits, these two dudes walked up to us. This is word on my pops, may he rest in peace. They was like, yo, you want to battle? And in the back of the movie theater, to the closing credits, I swear we battled in the back of the movie theater. And me and my brother walked away winning because my brother did the centipede with
Ooh.
with his hands extended. He didn't push up. He just came up off of his chest and
Oh.
lifted himself off
Yeah.
the ground. And when we left, I was like, yo, you killed it, son. You did the ill centipede. And it was like, yo. So yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
that
ill, bro.
was my start, you know what I'm saying? And aside shout out to Fantasy Force, which was a crew that was from around my way, and then like seeing them, they were also ones that inspire me and the people that come from my neighborhood. And then
Mm-hmm.
once we got to go outside of our neighborhood, then I got to meet up with Buddha Stretch, and I met Stretch when I was in high school. And then from there,
Ooh.
that's how we got into the industry. And then getting
Oh, that's how you got
into
into the industry.
yeah, and then getting into the industry, we started out with Diana Ross, and then things just took off from there.
You know what I remember too, Caleaf? You know, now we're gonna like speed up the picture a little bit. I remember sitting down watching Mariah Carey someday.
Wow. Wow.
When I seen the video, I seen you guys, and I was like, "Yo, those are the same dudes that's in the Record Shop video."
Mm.
You remember the little
Well,
shorty
you don't
on
mean
the top?
someday. Someday was the one where she was a little girl in school, and then
Yeah.
from school they show her like, okay, now she's older now, and she's saying that someday she's gonna be somebody.
And look,
I actually did the choreography for the kids that are in that video.
yes, I seen Little Shaw. Little Shaw was in the video.
Yes. So Little Shaw, my niece, and two other girls from my neighborhood, I got them into that video, and we filmed that in New Jersey in a school, in a public school out in Jersey. And this is when Mariah was like really super duper shy, you know.
Okay.
I work with Mariah on the video with ODB. Is New York in the house? Well, we filmed it out right Playland. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing though, because I remember seeing that little kid. Yeah, when I remember seeing the little dude Sean, I thought he was. I feel like he was real confident. He was really confident about himself, so I really liked his energy.
That kid, when he was with us in Record Shop, was 7 years old.
Ooh, was he a part of Mop-Top?
He's definitely Mop-Top family for sure. But he was I don't know if you remember the rapper Lakim Shabazz. That was his nephew.
Oh, okay.
Shah was Lakim Shabazz's nephew. Yeah.
Is Shah still around today?
I don't know. I haven't seen that brother, man, since we did all that work back in the days. And he actually went on to do TV commercials, work with Nickelodeon and Disney. He was actually in a movie, and I never saw that brother again after that, man. I hope he's well though. Yeah.
So when you guys did that video, like was that like did your guys' popularity start blowing up? Because on the West Coast we seen it, and we started doing the same steps though too.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Dream Lover. Dream Lover, come rescue me. I wasn't in that one, but yeah, like I think after that, maybe, but I think even before that, because when we worked with Dougie Fresh, when we did Summertime with Dougie Fresh, which was way before.
Oh, you was in that video too?
Yeah. And
I love that video.
When I was when I would work with Crystal Waters,
you was in there
doing
too.
Gypsy Woman, and then after that, me and Stretch was with CeCe Peniston, and then when they did Remember the Time, when Stretch and Link was working with Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Oh, they was in there too?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So that kind of like really catapulted, like just people started really paying attention to the whole entire crew, and especially them with Elite Force. So Mop-Top has spawned. Mop-Top is like the root or the tree, and from that tree, the fruits are Elite Force and Dance Fusion, which is underneath the Mop-Top umbrella.
Wow. That's amazing though, brother. Like you're sharing with me, and I didn't even know that history though right there. So when Record Shop comes out,
right?
When that documentary came out, like I was really intrigued, you know, when everybody was sitting on the steps and they put on the dots effect, and it's when everybody was dancing on the steps. When we seen that scene was just like it was like powerful because I forgot the brother that he was on the steps and then he took off his hat and he slid down the steps.
Yeah, that was Prancer. That was actually his house out in Flatbush. So in that scene
Oh,
that you're talking about, you had Keto, God rest the dead. We lost Keto like 2 years ago. The brother
yeah,
passed away, so may he rest in peace. Uh, uh, you had Marquess, you had Rubber
yeah.
Band, you had Prancer. You had those
Mm.
four in that Brooklyn scene that they filmed at Prancer's house with them chilling, rhyming, dancing, bugging out, and then sometimes they had them dancing and then they used different voiceovers. So you have
Oh,
me talking, you have Stretch talking, you have someone else talking, and then you'll have them just dancing. And at that time, they were using Scenario. They used the Jungle Brothers song, and they
and
used
they used Public Enemy,
yep, yeah, the remix. Hold
the
it now.
remix by P Rock. Oh, that right there.
Yeah, that was whenever we heard that, lose our mind. We used to lose our mind.
You know what I was told though, brother? Like the club. What's the name of the club? It's coming to me right now.
Red Zone, Powerhouse,
Not Red Zone. Uh, uh,
Nels, Mars.
I have it on the tip of my mind though right now. Let me think. Let me think. The Latin Quarter.
Wow. So this is after the Latin quarters. What we were doing was after the Latin quarters. Latin quarters is 80s.
Oh, okay.
So 80s, and I forget what year it closed, but late 80s, maybe into the beginning of the 90s, maybe like 90 or maybe right before that, Latin quarters
Right.
stopped. So
The, yes. The reason why. Yeah, the reason why I brought that up because I was told I think it was that Public Enemy song they were saying if you played a certain song by Public Enemy, people were getting their chain snatched.
mm,
Do you remember that?
nah, I remember going to Union Square and when they played the remix of Rock the Bells, because Rock the Bells had two versions.
Okay.
So I remember being with some people in Brooklyn that was, they was in that life. They was living that life of like causing destruction wherever they go. And it was like, yo, when Rock the Bells come on, we snatching everything in here. And at that night,
Yo,
this is the first night that Union Square opened, and the radio station Hot 97 was giving out bandanas for whatever reason. I guess you could just rock it around your neck, but instead everybody had a Desperado style pre-COVID. They had it all. Everybody took the bandanas and tied it around their head. It was like, yo, when that comes on, we snatching everything in here, and it just happened like that. They just went, and I was watching what was going on because I knew one of the guys that was with them because I played football with him. We were on the same team. So, but I was just like, I'm watching, but I'm not participating, and I just saw people getting beat up or getting their stuff taken, and that's how it went down, and that was a normal thing. And
yeah,
it didn't really
I was gonna ask you about that.
with
Yeah.
the music. If they wanted it, they got it. If they saw you have something that they wanted, they was gonna get it. But the crazy thing about that is that those things went on. The person that got robbed 9 times out of 10 is the one that got kicked out of the club. The thieves stayed in the club. Catch what I'm saying? The person that got robbed and got beat up got thrown out by the bouncers. You just got violated. Now you're outside without your stuff and you go home pissed, right? Those dudes are still in there. People bear witness to this. The next song come on, people keep dancing like nothing ever happened. And then they come back the next week, standing on line, and they can't wait to get in. This is what I remember. This was the reality of the clubs you're talking about, and the LQ was even worse than Union Square. So
Yeah.
you see, the funny thing, because whenever I tell people about some of this, what up, Shallow? Whenever I tell people about some of these things that went on back in the days, they're like, oh, because they don't know how we got from hip hop to house. I'm like, those clubs got closed down because the insurance for those clubs went up crazy because all these people was getting hurt, people getting sliced, robbed, beat up, you know. And plus, this club was, people weren't even uh, 21. They were younger. We were like 18. So it was like 17, 18 in those clubs at that time. So can you imagine the energy that you had when you're that age and now you're in a club environment? You understand what I'm saying? So now, boom, they closed down and we went from Union Square to the Palladium. Now the Palladium still play hip hop, but they play house, they play dance hall, they played a lot of other music, and this is how that transfer for my generation switched over to start going to different clubs. They had a party night called Yeah Buddy Night, which was a college night, and that was the night that made that switch for us to make that transition.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Other than actually, Caleaf, have you ever heard of a crew called Stephanie back in the day?
Of course. That's family. Shout out Cyclone. Shout out all of us to the crew. Shout out X Fiends, Steph Fiends, the whole family. Wild Child.
Yeah.
All of them. That's family, man. It's family.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Tony Bone.
I was hurt.
Samo.
Yeah.
Come on, that's fam. We always together in the club, always getting down, always.
That's crazy though. So house dancing, which is so basically you guys went from hip hop to like house dancing.
Yeah. This is how that transition happened. Because once the hip hop clubs closed down, then clubs didn't just primarily play hip hop. Now there was some places that had it, but before it wasn't like before where you could just go to Latin Quarters, which they call LQ. You could go to LQ, you could go up to the Rooftop, you could go to you could go to Union Square, and you would just hear what hip hop and be in that vibe alone. Now you went to parties where they had both. And then then you had, as time went on, you had, in the 90s, you had a club called Mars. And Mars, you had floors. So one floor, you would hear funk. Another floor, you would hear hip hop. The next floor was dance hall. The next floor was like something, I don't know. This was before we even knew what experimental music was. You didn't even know what the vibe was as you went up to the different floors, but you just went up, boom. But you knew the guarantees were there was going to be a house floor, there was going to be a hip hop floor, and then everything else would change, So that club was one of the best clubs that had 5 floors. Music on every level. Wasn't the biggest club, but it was one of the best clubs and one of the most memorable. Heads, real heads know. Heads that was there, they remember Mars. They remember Mars. That was one of the best clubs.
What year would that be?
Huh?
What year was that?
I don't know. Your voice is going in and out.
I was saying, what year was that?
This was, I went to Mars in 90?
90.
90.
That was a good
man Beasley
year, bro.
Beasley used to have a night at Mars, and he gave you like a laminate, and if you had that laminate card, you showed your little laminate joint, bam, you was good to go. They're meeting like then. They had the ropes up, and then the bouncers stood behind the ropes. And if you went and you just tried to like skip somebody, they wasn't letting you in. But if you went up to the bouncers or to the person with the list and you showed them, they immediately just open up the rope and let you in. Oh, they going to Beasley party. Let them in. Let them in. And then we went straight down at the trip party. I was trying to remember the name of the party. And then that's how we got into Mars.
That's amazing, though. Caleaf, I was gonna ask you when I was coming up, I always used to hear a Special Ed say Church Ave. Can you
Flatbush.
explain to me? Yes. Can you explain to me what was so special about Church Avenue? Because I would hear that a lot in rap back in the day.
Okay, so Church Avenue, Ed is talking about Flatbush, that Flatbush area. And on Church Avenue, you have a lot of stores. And when you have a lot of stores, then you have people that normally chill. You see a lot of things going on. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of clothing stores. I remember I used to go to this reggae spot on Church Ave. I'm trying to remember the name of the spot, but it was just like what you would call like a normal bar, like a regular bar, but in the back had a little room that you could dance, and that was the spot where you would go if you wanted to get your dance hall on. But yeah, Church Ave, for anybody that's from the West Indies, they know that's where you're gonna go to if you want to go get your proper food and seasonings and stuff for your cooking and everything. You're gonna find it there. You know? Find it on Church Ave, and Church Ave runs from all the way down, like almost near like Prospect Park, all the way to what's the name of this hospital? Damn, you gotta excuse me for a second. I'm just waking up.
I know, bro. Me too. Me too.
But it
brother.
goes all the way past Linden Boulevard, all the way past Rockaway. You know what I mean? So yeah, it runs a distance. So what he's speaking about that is like this is a place where a lot of people go to go shopping and stuff, and there's a lot of stuff going on Church Ave. That's why he mentions it. He most likely, I don't know what part of Flatbush Ed was from. I know he's from Flatbush, but that's probably why he spoke of it.
Did you ever see him
in the club?
Back in the day?
See him perform, of course. Back then, you had a lot of industry parties, especially for a lot of us that are doing videos and stuff. At that time, we went out to regular clubs, and then we also went to the industry party. And you went to the industry party because if you got open in the industry party, then this is how you would get gigs. You know, people would see you catch you back there. Then they'd be like, yo, I got to have you on my video. Come, meet up with my manager. We're going to make this happen. You know what I mean? So this is the reason why. So you would see all the artists who would normally frequent with one another would be in this area. You know, I mean, in this area, in these parties.
That's amazing, yo. Yeah, I was just kind of curious, though, because when I seen the video, I Got It Made.
Right.
Bro, them starter jackets that everybody was wearing, that blew my mind though, right there. I ain't gonna lie. That scene when they were all dancing, like was that Erasmus High School?
Erasmus.
In the special ed video when they were dancing.
I think they were in front of Tilden.
Okay.
Because it looks that high school. Don't quote me, but that high school probably was Tilden, which is close to Church Avenue, and and it's a sister school of Abraham Lincoln. So the way it looks just like both of those schools, Abraham Lincoln and Tilden. They both look the same when you see the schools are identically the same. Secondly, when you see them, they're out in front of the library, the Brooklyn Library, which is right across the street from Prospect Park. When you see them dancing on the stairs and everyone is getting down.
Right.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep, Caleaf. Caleaf, I remember like it was like 1995.
I want to shout out my son. I see you, Kai.
Yeah.
My son is an MC. He's called KS the Craftsman. I think you see him right. So the Craftsman is joined.
Okay.
He got an album out called Sun God.
Ooh, I'm gonna peep that. If you can show it to me later.
Yes, sir. I'll definitely send it to you.
Okay. So Caleaf, I remember back in 1995, Crazy Legs, like he was at this thing called the B-Boy Summit out here, right?
Yes.
And he was just like, yo, Rocksteady, Rocksteady, we did this and that. And he said one time we was at a club and he said that we had went down and then some brothers from Mop-Top went down. And he said that you guys had exchanged some rounds, Mop-Top versus Rocksteady at a club. Do you remember that?
Uh, it wasn't with me. I know who he's talking about. He's talking about the situation with Link.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I think Link would be the better one to tell you about that because he's
Okay.
the one that lived the story. I just heard from other people that was there. Like I heard from Fable, I heard from Kenny, I, I heard from Wiggs
Yeah.
about what happened at that time. But for me, I think it would be best for you to interview Link, and then he can tell you
Okay.
that that whole story because Legs will probably would also tell you about when he met up with them in Japan too.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, but they were both performing at on the same bill, and they had an exchange on stage, and then afterwards they had exchanges outside. And I think, yeah,
Oh.
I think that would be interesting. If, like I said, I would suggest that you interview maybe Buddha and Link, either or,
Hmm.
and then they can take you there. Because I
Okay.
wasn't there, so I don't like to talk about places I wasn't. If I wasn't there, I ain't talking about
Right.
it. But I'm saying it's worth hearing, y'all. For those of you who are here who are
Yeah.
interested, if Mikey brings on if he brings on Link, and then he can get the story. Yes, sir. But
Thank you, brother, for
good
even
vibe, man. Respect always,
right.
always to those brothers. Those are the OGs for us. You know what I mean? And they represented and laid the path for us. So shout out to all the crews from NYC. That
Mm.
have laid the path for us. And, we're just continuing to carry the torch, and then pass it on now. Well, I'm in my 50s now, so it's time for the next generation to make their way and do their thing.
That's so true. Thank you for even sharing that too. Khalif, I want to ask you to, when you hear the name, I think they call the Soul Brothers.
Of course, that's my people.
I hear we
Uh-huh.
love them
Yeah,
dudes though. We was in love with those dudes though, bro. Like
right,
they, it was like the West Coast version of you guys to us.
right. But
We,
for me, they're their own version of
right.
themselves. Legend, C-Mac. I keep in touch. That's my Muslim brother C-Mac. So me and Kareem, we keep in touch with one another. You know what I'm saying? He's in Egypt right now, and the love and respect between our crews has always been there. You know what I mean? And whenever we see each other or work with each other, because me and C-Mac have worked with each other overseas and in the
Mm.
U.S. and the I love the way his approach to dancing and freestyling is like whatever is in or around me, I'm dancing with it. So for example, if I see a table, I'm gonna make something happen with that table. If there's a chair right there, boom, the wall, I'm gonna move off that wall. I'm gonna dance with whatever is around me, and I'm gonna make something happen. And I'm not just only gonna make something happen. I'm gonna make it look ill, and then I'm gonna have you think twice, like before you even go out, like, oh, okay, oh, are we doing walls now? Are we doing the table now? Are we doing the, you know what I mean? That's what I love. I love about that brother, and just dancing with him, building with him, everything. And like I say, seeing them work with Def Jeff when they were with
Yes.
Def Jeff and Divine Styler
Mhm. Woo.
and on Soul Train, those brothers was on Soul Train for years. Big respect to the Soul Brothers. West Coast love. West Coast love, y'all. Know
Thank
that.
you, bro.
East Coast represent. West Coast love. Know that.
I was in love with that video. It ain't nothing.
Yes.
I can hear you. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Hard, like honestly, I was trying to understand that style of dancing because the way they were dressed, it was so abstract.
Right. Right.
But it was ill because it was new. It was abstract, but we were like, yo, what style is that though? Like because out here on the West Coast, we have a certain dress though.
Right.
We know when people are emulating people from the East Coast. So when we see Divine Styler and their dancers, to me, I knew it was hip hop. I was like, yo, that's just another version of hip hop.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And that's how it was for me too, like seeing Mop-Top. I was never on the East Coast, West Coast to me because black is black.
No.
Black has always been black.
You know that.
Yeah. So I never got caught up into the East Coast versus West Coast. I just thought that you guys were another version of us though too as well.
No doubt.
And I loved it. I loved it.
Well, I mean, if you want to go to that, because that's a whole nother side. If we jump outside the music, we're all mirrors of one another, and we all know that we come from the mother, which is the motherland, and we're all descendants of that, and there's traces of that within our DNA. So we're all connected through that lineage, to that bloodline and blood link, and all the people that have died before us have allowed us to be, to give us the ability to talk about something like dance and the dance culture and the hip hop culture, which we live and love. But there's so many lives that we have that have been laid to rest for us to get here, just to be here to speak with each other freely and not have to worry or be lynched because we are able to talk and communicate.
I love that, Caleaf. And for me, it's Black History. It's Black History all year, but this month is very significant to me, though, just for that simple fact, what you said, though. There are so many people that gave up their life, so Mikey Ice can have this point. I can be at this point in life where I don't have to be looking over my shoulder, worrying about like if I'm going to get shot in the back of my head or if I'm going to get lynched. And I want to pay homage to my forefathers and my ancestors, even in the dance world that laid the way, because there was thousands before me, you know. Even though I'm OG though too, like there was thousands of people like before me though, and I want to pay homage to them. You know, and that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to reach out to you too, because I feel as Black people, we're in a special time right now that we really wanted to, we can really shift. We can really shift the energy, you know, where it's like we really truly start supporting each other though, like our brands, our clothing line, make our own, like come up with our own books. Like we can do a lot.
Exactly.
And I want to be the I want to light the torch for that though. I want to be the example where it's like, yo, there's a brother out on the East Coast, on the West Coast, named Mikey Ice. Like, yo, this dude is connecting all the dots with everybody.
I want to shout out one of my best friends. Yo, Tone, I see you. I see you. I see you, my brother. Right there.
What's up, Tone?
The villain.
Okay.
The villain. That's my brother through thick and thin, through anything. We've been through everything, bro.
Tell me a little something about him so I can know who that is.
He's in Wrecking Shop. He's when I say, let me bring it down the line, and I start announcing everyone, I announce him. He's sitting there twirling his hair. I said, my man Tony.
Yo, I remember him.
Yeah. That's my brother right there, man. Wicked, nasty floor. Like his movements, moving from up top to the floor so smoothly, effortlessly, the way he would connect, his style is ill. And an LMC. And he's a LMC.
Oh,
so he know I love that brother, man. That's me and Mano. Forever. You know.
Yo, brother, like if you watching, I love to talk to you too, Caleaf. If you know people too that you can connect me with, I
Yeah.
I would like to interview them too as well, because I'm trying to do everybody that's pretty much that comes from like our culture though for this month. You know what I'm saying? Like Black
Right.
culture, and I just want everybody to be. I want everybody, from my point of view, to get their shine. You know what I'm saying, through me.
For sure. And then you asking about this? That man right there? You asking me about this? You asking about the low?
Yo,
This brother will tell you he'll tell you, he'll show you something. You'll be like this, your eyes will pop out of your head. You might find yourself in the shop next week, like, you know what, I gotta go pick up a couple of pieces.
yo,
What up,
Khalid,
Frank? I see my people is popping in there.
shout them out though, brother. That's what this is about.
Seen some people shout us out from Russia. I saw Shallow pop in. I saw a couple of heads come through.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Khalid, can you tell me about the low lives? Like, what was that? Because I heard it in the videos, and it was like, yo, the low lives are the kids. I guess they go around. They wearing a lot of polo, and they would stick up other kids. What they call the
Uh,
low lives?
again, you need to get Tone on here, or you need to get
Tone.
Prancer.
Okay.
You need to get Tone or Prancer because they are better suited to give you what you want. When you want that info, they'll give it to you.
All
They'll
right,
give it to you.
brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can go in depth.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like I told you, I'm not gonna speak about something that I have a, but I'm not a low life, so I can't speak on that. That's like,
Oh, got you.
yeah, yeah. But you see him, he gave you his hashtag.
Oh, okay.
You want to know about it? He'll tell you about it.
Yeah. All
You'll
right.
get
All right.
all of that and more. You'll get the history and more.
Mhm. So, Khalif, when we think of the West Coast now, like, from your point of view, like, who were some of the illest that stuck out in your mind when it comes to like the dance, whether even if it's house dancers out here?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna shout out the people that I know from the West. At first, I'm just gonna shout out some of the crews that I know.
Okay.
So we shouted out Soul Brothers, right?
Mhm.
Shout out Kalani, who passed away. Kalani was one of the illest dancers for me that I met from the West Coast. Um, but I heard my brother passed away. So
Oh, he
R.I.P.
did. Okay.
Kalani. Yeah, he passed away back in the days, but he was one of the nastiest cats that I met out in the West. Shout out
Mhm.
all the people in the Bay, you know what
Oh,
I mean?
Knuckle Neck Tribe.
Shout out all my people in the Bay. So this is everyone. I'm not gonna
Okay.
even just name one. I'm just gonna say everybody in the Bay because you have a lot. You have DJs that used to dance like Patrick Wilson,
Mhm.
right? That used to be a dancer that would help with that scene. You have Tin that moved from the West from the Bay Area and he moved to Hawaii. And I don't know where he is now, but he's another one. You got Mikey Disco and his
Yep.
crew. I would be remiss without shouting out Tsunami, without
Yes.
shouting out Rama, without shouting out Koflo. So if I say Tsunami, then I should say Koflo after, but I'll say Tsunami, Rama, Koflo. You know what I mean? Like these are just some of the dancers that I know that are up in the Bay. Now, if we take it down, we're in LA, and like let's shout out Versa Style and the whole family because Jackie and what Breezy do, what they do with their whole crew there, they're all their kids and everybody that they have tight. They're ultra tight, and they do an amazing job with what they have going on there. Then if we move all the way to San Diego, I got to shout out my man Tony Ray, who now he lives in Georgia, but he's originally from the West Coast, or as you guys say, the best coast. He's
Yeah.
he's originally from the West Coast, Right, I know what time it is. And you know what I mean? Me and our brother, we entered a contest in 2000, 2019, and we won.
Oh,
It was
oh,
festival, but it no longer exists anymore. But me and him entered together, and we won that contest. So it was an East and West Coast connection. The OG, and the young buck brought it back to the U.S. So yeah, those are just some. There's
okay.
many more. And if I forgot someone's name, I'm not talking about people who lived in the East Coast and moved out there, because your props are always with you. So you know who you are. And there's a lot of people I know that are just ill, that moved from the East Coast and now they live in the West Coast because a lot of work
Yeah,
is there.
yes.
So they're working out there. So there's tons of dope dancers out there. Um, Shout to Emiko. Emiko does open house, and she's another dope dancer who moved from
Does
Japan.
she still do it?
Yeah, she still has open house, as far as I know.
Where's I'm gonna hit her
In
up
LA.
because I used to go to that. Yeah, I'm in LA, but I
Yeah,
used to go to open house.
yeah, she still does. As far as I know, she still does open house. I know that she had 2 kids. The
Hmm.
last time I saw her, and she would always post videos of her son out doing skateboarding in the skateboard park. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Oh man, okay, I'm gonna have to hit her up. Emiko, yeah. I was like open house is like right down the street. I always used to go there.
That's what's up. But you know Jackie and Breezy? Breezy Lee?
No, who's that?
You don't know Versa Style?
Not really. I'm just gonna be honest.
Look them up, bro. Look them up. You can look them up right here on Instagram.
Okay.
I would just send it to you. But yeah, Versa Style, like versatile, Versa Style, and you can see what they're
Uh-huh.
doing. They do a lot for the culture out there. They do a lot for East LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think like before the pandemic, they brought myself, Link, and Stretch out maybe 4 years straight, and then
Woo.
they brought us out last year to work at the high school in East LA, and then I got to bring my wife with me, and my wife did an important poem about the Afro Latino,
Ooh.
right, babe? What was it called? Descendants of Genocidal Colonization.
Ooh.
And she just breaks down the whole, how does Africa's everywhere
Oh,
in,
nice.
in Latin America, and she breaks it down, each country, and
Hmm.
yeah, powerful.
That's amazing. I'm
Yeah.
sure, Caleaf, that you heard of Circle of Fire though too, though, right?
Of
Or
course, of course. Shout out to All Free. Shout out to you, talking about Seattle now. We were all
yeah, but
over. Yeah,
yeah.
that's my people. What up, y'all?
That's so fresh though, Khalid. I want to ask you too. Like, I've never been to Japan. I heard Japan loves you guys though, bro. Why is the love in Japan so high though? I told Japan Japanese people love Mop-Top.
All I can tell you is that like the first person I ever taught how how to dance, like how to dance or how to like share some of the freestyle with, they were from Japan. They actually came into the club. They asked if I could do a class, and I had no idea how to teach. I didn't know anything, and I was like,
Mm.
okay. And we went into the studio, and I didn't know at the time that I was being filmed too, mind you.
Oh.
All I thought it was I was there just sharing, you know.
Hmm.
So I got paid to do what I do. I'm doing it, and I'm like, cool, back, boom, leave. But then the crazy thing is that years later, me and one of the people that I taught became tight. Like, that's my boy. Shout out to DJ
Hmm.
Congo. So I'm in DJ Congo's house, and I'm looking at his VHS on the wall, and I'm seeing different things. This happened, da 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 da. And then I see different name tapes, and I see Best of Caleaf, 90 to 94. So I'm like, yo, what is that? He said, oh, ah, Gomenasai. I was like, what do you mean, Gomenasai? He was like, this was secret. Kimitsu, top secret. I was like, what? Let me see. He was like, this is from the class. Oh, you filmed the class? Yeah, I filmed the class. So now I put the tape in, and I see me showing them stuff, but they didn't want to learn that. They wanted to learn me just dancing to the music, and that pure essence is what they wanted, but I didn't know how to express that to them. So I'm thinking I'm giving them what they want, but they didn't want that. So I would show them something, but the music is so good, I would just go off on the side and get off. We're moved by music. You know what I mean? We're attached to the music. If the music is dope, there's no way that we cannot move. So I'm on the side going off, and I see one of them walk over to the camera and just move the shirt or whatever that it was underneath and just move it over to. If I'm moving, then they're acting like they're going to get something, and the camera's moving with me. If I move over, then it's moving over to the side.
Oh,
So I have all this footage now that I can look back on and laugh, and then laugh at myself at that time, like not knowing how to teach and not really understanding. And then
what year was
eventually,
that, Khalid? What year would you
90,
say that be?
90, 90.
90.
Yeah, so that is where I think it happened. And then for me, the first time I went to Japan was 1993.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that I think that's where the love and appreciation for what we had did, because people had already knew about us, because there were other people. I've seen footage of like me in a club in like '89,
Mm.
where you see it's dark, and then all of a sudden you see the camera flash to the pan to the left, and then
Uh-huh.
boom, we're in a cipher and we're dancing, and someone's filming us, and we don't know we're being filmed.
Mm.
So they got access to these tapes. They were able to see, and then they were able to come and find us and seek us out.
Right. That's
So it's
amazing
not like
though.
now. Now you can just go and look people up on YouTube, excuse me, or Instagram if you know their name, and then you can find out about them, or maybe Wikipedia or whatever. This was way before all of these things. So it was
Yeah.
crazy that this is the way people found access to us.
Right. I think it's amazing, like how you said though, like if I want to look up somebody, your camera went down.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I just had the button my I'm up here in Boston right now, and we're in a deep freeze. My wife said it's 0 degrees right now. You see me, I got the full coat on, I got this on, plus another shirt. I'm going heavy with the pants. I'm like, I'm not playing the socks. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a game right now.
I got you though, brother. Thank you for even doing this, Khalif, man. Like I know like it's it's random, but like I said, I got so much love for you, and like your crew that I feel like I want to hear this brother's story though, because I usually just mainly just kind of focus like on the B-boy, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like, you know what? It's Black History Month. I'm gonna get to everybody. I said I'm gonna cover everybody: house dancers, DJs, poets, drummers, like everybody that is a part of our culture.
I think it's dope, brother. Hopefully, when I
Yeah.
come out that way, I plan to come out that way in March.
Oh,
Hopefully,
really?
inshallah, we can link up, man, for sure. You know, maybe go
Somebody,
out,
yo,
eat, sit, bill, or whatever. You know what I
yo,
mean?
somebody said Leaf was the first person I battled in the shelter.
Who's this?
Milk lift shift. You see it?
Yeah. What happened? What happened when we battled? What happened? Because he's saying he's putting Jesus there. So I'm like, and Jesus that was my man.
Oh, was
God,
it?
like we lost too many people, bro. You see, I'm saying R.I.P. every 5 minutes, right?
I know.
That was a young brother. He said,
He
I
said,
lost. One love, brother. One love. One love.
yeah, Khalid. That's another reason why too, though, man. Like I hear about all these people passing away, and it kind of breaks my heart because a lot of the stories, like the stories died with them when they passed away. Though, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
and that's why I want to get to this one individual, and I want to ask you, like, from your personal point of view, the gentleman by the name of Twitch. Like, what was Twitch to you?
Whew. Ah, man, that was a good brother. First off, I just want to say that. And I pray for his kids and his wife. I send prayers up for them.
Mm.
And may Allah receive him. May Allah receive him. Um, when I met Twitch, I want to say it was early 2000s. Me, him, and Link, we were in Korea.
Mm.
And at the time, he had came out to work with an artist, so to do choreography. But the guy who brought me, my homeboy Shen, had set up where me, Twitch, and Link would get to work together. So we got to teach together, and I got to chill with them. So we did workshops together, and then me, Link, and Twitch got to just hang and chill. And so when I got to chill, I got to know him and talk with the brother and just find out like what was going on with him, like what he's doing. And he was like, "Yeah, you know, I'm a crumper. I represent crumping, blah blah blah." And so I was like, "Wow!" So I wanted to know more about that, and he was telling me about that, and I was telling him about where I was from. And what I liked about him is that he had time to just sit and talk and build with you. And whenever he saw you, he wasn't like, even when he blew up, he wasn't like on some other stuff. So it wasn't like
Oh,
if he saw me, like
okay.
he forgot me, because some people get brand new, and that brother was never like that. You know, he was about the art, he was about the dance, and he was always willing to learn something new. He was like, "Yo, I really like that house stuff, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, how did it go? How did this brother was very, very talented, and he will be missed, man. I I I was telling my wife, I was like, that was a good brother. I don't know how many times I said it, but I said it over and over again. And yeah, for me,
Yeah.
I appreciate having that time with him over in Korea. And then, like I said, when Jackie would bring us out, he would come. He would come to Versa Style. Even if he just stopped in real quick to say what's up, he would come in, dap us up, and then bounce.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
for me, that's real. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's a lot of people that we know that are in the industry and doing their things, and peace and love to them. But some people ain't always about keeping it real, and some people are not about that consistency. And he was, he
I like
was.
that, Caleaf, that you said that because I experienced that too. You know, I know a lot of people in the industry, and I'm watching from a distance, and they can see me, but they're acting real brand new, and I'm just like, I just kind of smile to myself because I'm like, I would never expect you to do like to do the switcheroony on me, but for some reason it did. You know, because now you're in front of cameras, now you got somebody putting makeup on you, now you got somebody bringing you your drinks and like your everything is just so catered to you. But before you was riding in the car with me when the heater wasn't working, and
Mm-hmm.
we had a spare tire, and we're on E.
Right, right. Get out and push.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nah,
You know,
he was a good brother, man, and I was so happy for him to see him on Ellen and had to have that long run with her, and
he was making good
yeah,
money too, huh, bro?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but money is not everything, right?
Right. No.
'Cause sometimes we get caught up into that and we think that money is everything and that, but we never know. We never know what's going through, what someone is
Somebody's
going through.
mind. Yeah,
Yeah, and the
psychologically.
pain. And people use the word demons all the time. I'm not going to use
I
demon.
never use
I,
that word though, bro.
I
I
don't
don't
want
even
to
like that
know. I
term.
don't even want to know what a demon
Me
is. So I'm not going
either.
to even use that word or invoke that. You know what I mean? Because
Honestly,
that seems to be invoked a lot nowadays, more so than just angels. people people say a demon over an angel in a heartbeat.
Caleaf. Caleaf though, bro. That is I've always despised that word when people say, "Oh, like my demons are after me," and I'm thinking to myself, "You have no idea what that energy is, and you don't want to know."
Exactly.
That's not something that you take lightly, though. That is a very strong, powerful, dark entity. That if you get trapped up with that, it's taking everything about you. So these little things where you trip up or you're having like a bad day, and you're like, "Oh, my demons," is like, no, you have no idea what demons is. You don't want to know. You
Oh,
do not want. You do not beware. Big ass sign. You do not want to know what a demon is.
oh, I stand with God.
Me too.
But another thing that I'll say, he he was very inspiring, and I hope
Oh, he was.
people I hope people will learn from that to be true to yourself, and there, there's no limit your mind to it. You know, if you work hard enough, you too can achieve some of the things that he, you know, because
I believe that too, Clay.
hmm?
I'm in the seeds
Your
that I
our connection is getting wacky right now.
okay. What about now?
I,
Is
I,
it good?
I think it's coming. Yeah, you were in a
Okay.
process saying something.
Just that principle. If you have God in your life, allow your life, and you want, I believe you can get it because He's gonna He's gonna put the right people in your life where they can open up opportunities for you. I truly believe that.
Yes.
You know, regardless the situation is, regardless everybody said they don't like you, regardless if people saying hip hop is whack, it's like no, it's not because we're the representation. We're the representation of hip hop. That's how I feel about it. Like me, Mike. Yeah, it's like when people say, "Oh, hip hop is whack," it's like I've never been whack. We are way. Um, I think something that we can start here. Is everything okay?
Mikey, like I'm just now and show it to you what it is. And your voice is like the aliens abducted you right now. I'm,
Oh no, hear me
I'm
right
sitting there,
now.
I'm bugging right now. Yeah, you see somebody wrote bad connection. Cause you was dropping it, you was going deep, and then it was like the aliens went, it's just like, it took you off. It took you away.
Is it working now?
Nah,
No.
it's a little bit better, but that's the thing when you do these live feeds like this happens. Sometimes it's even better. Like if we did it on if we did this on what's the name,
The Zoom
like Duo
or Dual?
or even Zoom, and then you record it and then you just post it.
Right. Somebody put Bad Connection is hip hop too. I believe that.
Right? Talk about it. But
But yo, Caleaf,
you notice when we said the word demon, everything went wrong, right?
bro, Caleaf, bro. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't play with it though. I know what that is. I know what that is though. You
I'm
you
laughing,
bring
but
up the name and like it has to surface up. It has to surface up. That's why I don't play with it.
he says Zulu. All right, all right.
Yo, Caleaf. Okay, so I'll just hit you with one more question because I'm looking at the time and I want
Respect.
to
Zulu
thank you for the time.
Nation. Okay.
I just got one more question for you. Hip hop, August 11, 1973. It's 2023. It's the 50-year anniversary. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot because it makes me think about what Biggie said. You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. You know, I never thought that hip hop would go. I know KRS-One, when he spoke about it, he was like 20 years down the line and you'll find this. When he was talking about that there's going to be the new school artists and that how I know he was saying that with hope because we didn't know how far it was going to go. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a part of everything. So it's just something for
It
all
is.
of us to stick out our chest and be proud to be a part of this movement, to be a part of this culture, you know, and to keep and know that we have responsibility to pass this on to the youth
We do.
so that it could be around for 100 years.
That's that's the reason why too I'm documenting this because I want this video to be around another 50 years from now when somebody say, "Yo, let's look at this video," and they watch it and they're hearing us telling everybody about how beautiful Allah is, how good God is, and like what you can achieve though. Like I want to inspire somebody 25 years from down the line, 50 years down the line, that they can look at us and say, you know what? Black people in 2023 was amazing.
Mm.
They were still amazing. That's how we look at our ancestors that came from the Harlem Renaissance, how they came from the South, the Great Migration. I want this to be the blueprint too as well.
Yes,
Because there's
brother.
going to be shorties watching. There's going to be shorties watching. This how when we was watching VHS tapes. This video stuff is the new VHS tape.
Exactly.
This is the new VHS.
Yep. This is the new press and play. Digital way.
The digital way. You
Yeah,
know what,
but
Caleaf?
uh,
You know what, Caleaf? Honestly, it took me a while to like accept it though, bro, because I love that. I love that era when you had to go look for dancers though. Like you didn't watch them on your phone. Like you would
right.
walk down the street and you would hear a beat and you would kind of look around like, damn, I think it might be down this street. And we would go to that street. You know what I'm saying? And we would see somebody in their garage and we would look at them. They would look at us and we'd be like, that nigga, y'all down the battle? Like just on the spot. On the spot.
Y'all
Like,
have the
so you
garage
want to do it right here?
y'all have the garage culture. We have the like where I'm from and Brookline houses. We have Brookline Day, but then
Oh, okay.
there's another project called Linden and Linden houses, and they have Linden Day, and like each project has a day. And so Brownsville, they have Brownsville Day. You know what I mean? Brownsville is made up of God knows how many projects is in Brownsville, but when you had that, you knew that when you went there, there was going to be a party. It was going to go down. It was going to be a jam. And you're going to hear good music. You're going to go. You're going to dance. You're going to get busy. But then you also, if you ain't from around those parts, you better be careful because you might not make it out
Oh,
of there. But this is the things I remember. These are the things that I will always hold dear in my heart because this was the most fun I had in my life at that time, you know.
yes.
And I learned all the new dances, the new fashion, everything happened at the jam. That was our like soul train around the way, which we didn't even realize, but that's where things was happening. So, or where everything
which changed my life. So 50 years from now, it's hard to even fathom. Because like I told people before, for me, the first time I was introduced to hip hop, it was someone's birthday. It was because it was someone's baby shower. This was the jam. Someone's birthday, someone's baby shower, someone came home from jail. You know, we're gonna celebrate someone's anniversary. Let's bring out the speakers. Let's get the equipment outside. Let's break out the vinyl. Let's play music. Let's get a mic. Oh, we got an MC in the house. Somebody gonna come and toast the crowd. This was my introduction to what we know as hip hop before it was even called hip hop, because that jam aspect and that peace, love, unity, and having fun was very important. Because a lot of times people wanted to go to jam, so they did the beef so that they had the jam.
Okay.
And then sometimes the beef wasn't dead, and you have the jam, and then the beef would break out the jam. But yeah, like this brother, like you said, that's what I miss, you know. And yeah, where we are now, where we don't really have a hip hop club, that's a bad thing. We need to have that back too, where you be like, yo, I want to go to New York. I want to hear some hip hop.
Right.
They have parties, but they don't have a club like we used to have the Tunnel, like we used to have Red Zone, like we used to have Powerhouse. We don't have that, and that is since we are the Mecca and the place where it comes from. That's what we need.
Right. Have you been to the Bronx Museum of Hip Hop?
No, I plan to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I plan to go.
I want to go check it out. I want to check it out myself.
Yeah, yes, sir. I definitely plan to go.
Yeah. Okay, Caleaf, brother. Thank you for the time, man. I appreciate you. Like your story, I get to save it. I'm so happy. Like all my life, you're the first brother that I spoke to from Mop-Top. You know, since like to this day. You know, we're new to each other, but for me, like I said, black is black. I love all of us. I love all of us, from the East Coast to the Caribbean to Flatbush to South Central to Compton.
All right. Respect. Respect, brother. Respect.
Thank you, though, brother, for everything. Honestly, this made my day, though, and like it's early in the morning here. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, but like when it comes to hip hop, it's like I would do anything for her.
I hear you. Yes. Yes.
Anything.
You're talking about
I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I used to love her, which is a dope song about hip hop.
I still do.
Yes, of course. I'll love her forever for my whole entire life.
It's like when Carmen said when she broke out to the West Coast. Brothers was slamming her and taking her to the sewer. And then she broke out to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Thank you, Caleaf, though, man. Yes. You made my day, though, bro. And I know, like, this video is going to touch somebody's life, though. And that's all I want. I just want one person out of everybody that's seen this video to be like, yo, and to big up our ancestors, though, bro. Like, I love every black person that gave their life for us to have freedom. And that's the main reason why I'm doing this, though, too. Martin Luther King's dream is us.
Yes.
We're that dream that he talked about.
Yes.
That he can see all races, all characters. He said, I might not get there. I might not get there, but I've seen. That's us. That's what he was talking about.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, brother. Thank you. I got Stretch on here. I got Stretch on here tomorrow, though, too, bro. So if you might want to peep in on that.
All right. So then you already got it. And don't forget to get Tone on there, too, because Stretch is going to pass you over the link after you finish with him. So, yeah. You're going to get some good. Buddha going to drop it on you. So,
I love it,
get
though,
some
brother. I want it all, man. Like, this whole month, I want all of our stories to finally be told from a like a black point of view, like have a brother interview another brother so we can really get to the grit.
Well, he's going to give you the stories about Latin Quarters because he used to go to Latin Quarters all the time. Stretch.
Okay.
And then he could even go, because he lived in Flatbush. I lived in Vanderbilt Houses, which is a little bit further away from Church Avenue, but Stretch lived close to Church Avenue, so he can give you even more. So
okay.
you're going to get it good.
All right, brother.
And don't forget to hit up my man, Tone, Wanda Villain, if you want to know about the loan.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Bro. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.